Has Herb Tarbos joined the conference? I have not heard you come on. Mr. Chairman, everyone is on, all our commissioners and our professional folks.
Oh, very good. Why don't we get started? At least 48 hours before this meeting of the Middlesex County Joint Health Insurance Fund was called to order. Advance written notice of the time, date, location, and agenda of this meeting was prominently posted on the bulletin board, advertised in the Home News Tribune, as well as the Star Ledger, and filed with the County of Middlesex. With that, roll call.
John Palomino.
Here.
Jenny Pacendo.
Here. Tracy Murdoch.
Pat Bird.
Has joined the conference.
Jeannie Pacendo.
Here.
Joe Morgan.
Here.
Bill Brennan.
Here.
Deepak Matata.
Here.
Donna Smith.
Here.
Dennis Cerami.
Here.
Adrian Kabigting.
Here.
Jay McManus.
Here.
Dave Histy.
Here.
Councilor Patrick Dagnan.
Here.
Dan Gray.
Here.
Sue Bigdon.
Here.
Tracy Murdoch.
Here.
Joe Prudy.
Here.
Patrick Gallagher.
Here.
Nay Parsons.
Here.
Kyle Bennett.
Here.
Charlie Cradaville.
Herb Tarbus.
Has joined the conference.
And Herb Tarbus.
Yeah, Charlie's here.
Okay, and Mr. Tarbus.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, that's everyone, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. At this point, I don't believe there are any additions, deletions to today's agenda. So moving on to the opening of the public hearing at this point on the 2021 budget and rates. Could I get a motion to open up the public hearing? And please state your name first and.
Commissioner Bird, motion.
Deepak Matata, second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
Does anyone oppose? Hearing none, at this point in time, I open up to the public. Any comments on the 2020 budget and rates for the Joint Health Insurance Fund?
Yes, Charlie Cradaville.
Thank you.
Am I recognized?
Okay, Charlie, please.
Yes. So I'm a resident of New Brunswick, and I have a number of questions to ask today. But first of all, I was a little confused over the time for the meeting. I thought these meetings were at 1 p.m. Can you tell me, what was there a notice given of the 2:30 time? When did that change?
Jay?
Mr. Cradaville, the meeting times were changed several months ago, in part because of the pandemic and the certain county personnel were required to be on New Jersey state phone calls relating to the pandemic. So rather than have the meeting not properly attended, risking a quorum, it was decided to move time to 2:30.
Okay, that's fine. I just want to make sure there was proper notice published for that change.
Lynn, can you respond to that?
Meetings are published every week, and I put them in the paper for every month. I'm sorry, not every week, every month.
I got you. So you do a new notice for each meeting. Cool. Okay. And may I ask for the record, is this call being recorded? Do you record the virtual meeting?
Yes, we do.
Okay, super. I, would like to get some type of overview on the 2021 budget, and I don't necessarily know where to find it on the website, or if it's on the website. So my questions are not going to be very informed questions, but I did want to at least hear, the overall size of the budget and what choices you're making as a board.
I'd ask Jay, our administrator, to make comments on the 2021 budget and its rates. Jay?
Sure. Thank you, Chairman. The 2021 budget, as it was introduced in April, and no anticipated changes between the introduction at the the October meeting, not the April meeting, and this meeting. The total budget for 2021 for all of the medical plans, prescription drug plans, and dental plans for the employees of the county as well as the other entities is projected at $119,129,000.
And in line with that, there is no impact on rates to our members for the third consecutive year, based on the various programs we have put in place to put cost avoidance measures in for enhanced wellness of our workforce, enhanced assessment of our prescription plans, all efforts that have taken place over the last couple of years that has allowed us to essentially have a zero increase on payments associated with the plan. Jay, I don't know if you want to elaborate any further on that.
Yeah, that's fairly concise. A little more specifically, the actual budget this year will be a reduction of just under 1% relative to the 2020 budget. And as the chairman indicated, that has to do primarily with some of the cost-saving measures that have been implemented. For 2021, one of the most significant cost-saving drivers will be the implementation of the employer group waiver program to the prescription drug coverage. That is projected to save net in excess of $1.5 million. Those type of savings over the past several years, as the chairman said, have been instrumental in keeping our budget flat or slightly reducing each year.
Okay, well, thank you for the overview. I did want to zero in on one section of the budget. Can you tell me how much you've allocated for legal expenses, or, attorney's fees, et cetera?
Sure. The legal expense and litigation blended together, that covers in-house counsel as well as budgeted expenses for litigation defense work outside counsels. Counsel is budgeted at $143,000. That's a 2% increase in the budget over the 2020 year.
Thank you for that. And can you tell me how much of that is, slated to go to your in-house counsel, Mr. Dignan?
Yeah, we can get to that. Yes, let me give you that number. Just if you hold a moment, I have to move further back into the agenda packet. That number is $118,314.
And Mr. Dignan is the only in-house counsel, correct?
Correct. He serves as fund attorney and counsel.
Okay. I think that's all my questions on the budget. There will be another public comment opportunity later in the meeting, correct?
Yes, there will be.
That's all for now. Thanks.
Okay, is there anyone else wishing to speak as relates to the 2020 budget? If so, just please state your name, address for the record, and Lynn will recognize you. Lynn, is there anyone else wishing to speak at this point?
No one else has asked.
Okay, at this point, can I get a motion to close the public hearing on the 2021 budget and rates?
This is Deepak Matara, motion to close the public.
Can I get a second? Second on closing the public
Second,
portion of
Commissioner
this
Byrd.
meeting? Thank you, Commissioner. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Hearing none. Okay, let's move on to now the adoption of the 2021 budget and rates, resolution 2020-12-01. Can I get a motion?
Commissioner Byrd, motion.
Okay,
Second, Deepak
can I
Matara.
get a second? Okay, I have a initial and a second. Okay, does anyone else would like to comment from the board commissioners as it relates to the 2021 budget? Okay, hearing none. Could I get a roll call, please?
John Palomina,
Yes.
Jeannie Tassendo.
Yes.
Pat Byrd,
Yes.
Joe Morgan,
Yes.
William Brennan,
Yes.
Deepak Matata.
Yes.
Donna Smith. Yes. That's everyone.
Okay, thank you. Okay, at this point in time, can I get a motion to open up to the public? Anyone wishing to speak at this point in time? Could I get a motion?
Deepak Matara, motion.
Can I get a second?
Commissioner Byrd, second.
Okay. All in favor? Say aye.
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 Anyone opposed?
Aye.
Hearing none. At this time, Lynn, has there been anyone wishing to speak publicly at this meeting today, Lynn?
No, no one has requested that.
I would actually like
Okay.
to. Charlie, can you-
Okay, so at this point in time, yes,
Hello,
state your name, address for the record. Go ahead.
this is Herb Tarbus. I live at 411 New Market Road in Piscataway.
Okay.
I recently had an opportunity to review the website, and the September minutes are on the website, and those are the most recent minutes on the website. From looking at the minutes, I learned that Senator Cryan is a member of this board, and last year I had the opportunity to visit the East Brunswick facility, and I met some of the employees who are covered, I guess, through this plan, and it was obvious to me that Senator Cryan was well-liked and respected by those working at NCUA. So I imagine he must be a talented leader in the workplace, and so I applaud him for that. Unfortunately, it seems just the opposite is true for the chairman of this board, Mr. Palomina. I've come to learn of Mr. Palomina's action as described in the lawsuit captioned as Maureen Lawrence versus Middlesex County College et al., which included a description of retaliation against a former member of this board. It could not be clearer that Mr. Palomina is unambiguously morally unfit to continue in his role as a Middlesex County administrator and by extension as chairman of this board. So I am calling for the immediate resignation of Mr. Palomina, and I would ask the members of this board to join me in this demand, and more particularly request that the two state senators affiliated with this board, Senator Cryan and Senator Deignan, to also call and advocate for the removal of Mr. Palomina. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak at this point in time? Please state your name and address for the record.
Yes, please. Charles Cradaville, New Brunswick. I am a resident here. As you know, I'm the editor of a community newspaper here, New Brunswick Today. And first, I want to understand how this works. The fund administrator basically is a very important role, makes a lot of decisions. How did this particular company get chosen to be the fund administrator, and how long has that relationship been in place?
Jay?
Thank you, Chairman. The fund administrator is selected by the contracts committee, which is made up of members of the joint insurance fund It's subject to public bidding. We submit a proposal, as do all of the other vendors. Each year, our contract runs year to year. And we have been fund administrator since 2013.
2012.
2000.
Okay, well, time flies when you're having fun. So, so I understand there's public bidding. Is the fund required to choose the lowest bidder, or is it like a professional services where they can choose whoever they like?
It is done, Mr. Cradaville, on a point scoring basis. The actual cost for services is part of that scoring process, along with other criteria.
Okay. And I do want to learn a little bit more about your company. Can you tell me what the relationship is between North American and Acrisure?
Yes, North American's a wholly owned subsidiary of Acrisure.
Okay, and how long has that been the case? When did they purchase North American?
July of 2013.
Gotcha. And so in light of that, you are part of the same corporation as a number of other wholly owned subsidiaries of Acrisure, and that includes, I think, Reliance Insurance. Are you familiar with this company?
Yes, I am. I'm familiar with them. There's probably somewhere in the area of 200 subsidiaries that are owned by Acrisure.
Gotcha. And I guess, you know, one reason that this is concerning to me is I know that Reliance Insurance is owned by a member of the County College Board, Mr. Gary Taffet. Is there any controls in place to, you know, prevent conflicts of interest from, you know, influencing decisions or, you know, having bad outcomes because of that?
So I would say this, Mr. Cradaville, that while I am not and have not attended county college board meetings, it's my understanding that Mr. Taffet recuses himself from any voting matters related to insurance as it impacts the college.
Okay. And I also must admit I do share some of Mr. Tarbus's concerns about this litigation. And for the benefit of anyone who's not familiar with it, I'll just advise that this is litigation that was settled. The county paid a former member of this board, Maureen Lawrence, $75,000 this summer to drop the case. It was a whistleblower case where she had basically alleged identifying some illegal, misbehavior in terms of the composition of the county college board, and that instead of correcting the problems right away, that it took a couple months to correct them, and then the people who got caught retaliated. And I don't know to the extent that this board has reckoned with Ms. Lawrence's dismissal from her job and, you know, leaving this board and the obviously her bringing litigation, but for better or worse, it's been settled. There's no confidentiality component to the settlement. So it is now something that is, should be discussed. And I'd guess like to hear if anyone has anything to say about Ms. Lawrence and her service on the board, and whether or not you think that she is a credible person, and whether or not we should take seriously her concerns that she swore to in court.
Do you have any other questions at this point in time?
That was kind of a question there. I was hoping somebody would speak, either say she's a trustworthy good person or she's not a trustworthy good person. Some of you must have worked with her. She was on this board for years, correct?
Again, I would look to Attorney Pat Digan, since this was a legal matter. Patrick, if you'd like to comment.
These are just allegations, obviously. Just proceed.
Chairman.
Okay, thank you. Okay, anything else at this point in time?
Yeah, can you tell me, does any of the, North Americans work or the insurance business that you're all involved in, does that have to do at all with the Educational Services Commission of New Jersey, purchasing co-op here in Middlesex County?
We are not involved in that.
Okay, well, I think that's the extent of my questions. I am concerned about the allegations, and, I haven't heard anyone here at least refute them. So I'll be following up at freeholder meetings, and I intend to, attend more of these meetings. I know it's been a good couple of years since I've seen you all. And I will say, I hope you're all doing well in this difficult time. And I know that, all these things are complicated, but I hope you understand the role that I have to play and the concerns that I have and why I take time out of my day to be here. So I hope that, in the future, meeting agendas and, things like budget can be prominently posted on the website, and, the minutes can be uploaded quickly, that the meetings can be advertised more prominently. But I am glad that you're recording them. I am glad that you're, opening to public comment, and I appreciate all of you listening and hearing me out today. So God bless, be well, have a very happy holiday season.
All right, thank you very much. At this point, is there anyone else wishing to speak? Okay, hearing none, can I get a motion to close the public portion of the meeting?
Commissioner Byrd, motion.
Okay, can I get a second motion, please?
Second, Commissioner Byrd.
Okay, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Hearing none? Okay. Can I get a motion to adopt the minutes of the November 24th, 2020 meeting? Can I get a motion to adopt the minutes?
Motion, Commissioner Byrd.
Thank you. And a second from Depop. Okay, can I get a roll call on that?
John Palomina,
Yes.
Jeannie Facendo,
Yes.
Pat Byrd,
Yes.
Joe Morgan.
Yep.
Bill Brennan,
Yes.
Deepak Matata.
Yes.
Donna Smith. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, reports of the administrator. Jay?
Thank you, Chairman. Our report's on page 28. It has a listing of our monthly activities and our correspondence for the month of December to date. Fairly straightforward. A couple of things I'd like to add. In particular, the changeover scheduled for January 1 to the employer group waiver program, that's a prescription drug program for retirees over 65. In late November, we did send out correspondence on joint insurance fund and county letterhead to all those individuals that are going to be affected by the change. That was followed in early December by a letter from Silverscripts, CVS. As a result of those two letters, we have received probably under 50 phone calls between our organization and Millennium, which is a good sign. There were some concerns. The primary concern among those individuals, particularly older individuals, were they going to be able to use their same pharmacy, and did their deductibles and copays changed? And the answer to that is no. That was in both letters. We'll continue to field calls as they come in. There were a couple of more complicated questions, but overall the feedback and in terms of confusion level was minimal. Between the 17th and 22nd of this month, new ID cards and welcome packages will be going out to all those affected individuals. So to the commissioners, if you have additional questions coming into your HR departments, please refer them to us, and we'll be happy to service those individuals. The rest of our report, as I said, is included on page 28. If there are any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. If not, that concludes my report.
Thank you very much, Jay. Okay, moving on to the financial report, Joe Perutti.
Yes, the bill list packet is included in the agenda packet. As far as October is concerned of 2020, above average month, total assessment exceeded expenses by roughly $300,000. Also, we're about to close out the calendar year, fiscal year, and we're about to start working on the 2020 audit. And that's my report.
Okay, thank you, Joe. All right, there's two resolutions at this point. We need to vote on Resolution 2020-12-02, which is the amendment of the 2020 budget. Can I get a motion on that?
Deepak Matara, motion.
Okay, do I have a second?
Pat Byrd, second.
Any comments from either Joe and/or Jay on this matter, this amendment?
My only comment, Chairman, this is Jay McManus, would be that while the resolution says it's an amendment to the budget totals have not changed. There were a handful of inter-account transfers where minor transfers where amounts came in over or under the actual budget amount, but the overall budget itself does not change.
Okay, thank you for that clarification. All right, could I get a roll call on Resolution 2020-12-02?
John Palomino,
Yes.
Jeannie Sisendo,
Yes.
Pat Byrd,
Yes.
Joe Morgan,
Yes.
Bill Brennan,
Yes.
Deepak Matata.
Yes.
Donna Smith. Yes. That's everyone.
Okay, thank you. All right, could I get a motion on Resolution 2020-12-03, which is the bills list? Motion from someone?
Yes.
Commissioner Byrd, motion.
motion.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Thank you. Any questions or comments from the commissioners? Hearing none, roll call.
John Palomino,
Yes.
Jeannie Sisendo.
Yes.
Pat Byrd,
Yes.
Joe Morgan,
Yes.
Bill Brennan,
Yes.
Deepak Matata.
Yes.
Donna Smith. Yes. That's everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to our professional reports, starting with Program Risk Manager. Stuart?
Thank you, Commissioner. Yes, so our report is included in the package. We did conclude on our stop-loss insurance renewal, and everything is all signed, sealed, and delivered on that one. Just as a quick reminder, the increase was coming in at 24%, and it was brought down to 15%, saving about $150,000. Without really getting any clear marketplace competition that could outperform our current stop-loss vendor. So we're very pleased that it went that way. There are some large claimants that we reported on previously, 7 of them that are scheduled to continue. So we're pleased with the outcome, and we thank everyone for their cooperation to help us get that concluded and done. And our report also includes the vendor that we use for wellness, Wellness Coaches USA, and they are assembling their 2021 plan in this COVID craziness in which we all are now living, and identifying what is best relative to the closing of certain gaps in care that we could identify and close and get your members healthier and also keep the costs down for the healthcare program. That's a quick summary of our report, and happy to answer any questions.
Okay, thank you, Stuart. Any other commissioners have any questions? Okay, hearing on and moving on to our network provider.
Thank you, Chairman. Good afternoon, everybody. My report is in the packet this month per usual. To summarize, so far for 2020, there are 36 claimants in excess of 50K, with 18 of the 36 exceeding 100K and one over the stop loss threshold thus far. That concludes my report. Any questions?
Any commissioners have any questions at this point in time? Okay, thank you. Moving into our attorney, Patrick Duggan.
My report's in the package.
Okay, thank you. I don't believe there's any old business to deal with. Moving on to new business, starting at Resolution 2020-12-04. Could I get a motion on appointment of alternative commissioner? Get a motion?
Deepak
Commissioner
Mehta,
Byrd,
motion.
motion.
Okay, I have first and second. Okay, Jay or anyone have any questions on this for Jay? Hearing none, could I get a roll call?
John Palomina,
Yes?
Jeannie Pacendo.
Yes.
Pat Byrd,
Yes.
Joe Morgan,
Yes.
Bill Brennan,
Yes.
Deepak Matata.
Yes.
Donna Smith. Yes.
Thank you. Moving on to Resolution 2019-12-05, which is the approval of the 2021 Risk Management Plan. Could I get a motion, please?
Jean Pacendo, motion. Commissioner Byrd.
All right, so I have a first and a second. Any comments or questions by the commissioners? Hearing none, roll call.
John Palomina,
Yes.
Pacendo.
Yes.
Pat Byrd,
Yes.
Joe Morgan,
Yes.
Bill Brennan,
Yes.
Deepak Matata.
Yes.
Donna Smith. Yes. Thank you. That's everyone.
Thank you. Moving on to Resolution 2019-12-06, which is authorizing renewal of the contract for fund attorney. Could I get a motion?
Joe Morgan, motion.
Deepak Mehta, second.
Second, please. Thank you. Any questions or comments from the commissioners? Hearing none, roll call.
John Palomina,
Yes.
Jeannie Pacendo.
Yes.
Pat Byrd,
Yes.
Joe Morgan,
Yes.
William Brennan,
Yes.
Deepak Matata.
Yes.
Donna Smith. Yes. That's everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to Resolution 2019-12-07, accept the stop loss reinsurance policy. Could I get a motion, please?
Deepak Mehta, motion.
And a second?
Pat Byrd, second.
Thank you. Again, any questions or comments from the commissioners? Hearing none, roll call.
John Palomina,
Yes.
Jeannie Pacendo.
Yes.
Pat Byrd,
Yes.
Joe Morgan,
Yes.
Bill Brennan,
Yes.
Deepak Matata. Donna Smith. Yes. That's everyone.
Okay,
Thank you.
Moving on to Resolution 2019-12-08, accept the self-insurance ASO contracts for calendar year 2021. Could I get a motion, please?
Motion,
Deepak
Joe
Mehta.
Morgan.
A second?
Commissioner Byrd, second.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any questions or comments by the commissioners? Hearing none, roll call.
John Palomina,
Yes.
Jeannie Pacendo.
Yes.
Pat Byrd,
Yes.
Joe Morgan,
Yes.
Bill Brennan,
Yes.
Deepak Matata. Donna Smith.
Yes.
Thank you. That's everyone.
Thank you. And moving on to Resolution 2019-12-09, which is accept fully insured Oxford Freedom Access Plan 2021 renewal. Could I get a motion, please?
Deepak Matara, motion.
And could I get a
Sendo,
second?
second.
Thank you. Any comments or questions by the commissioners? Hearing none, roll call.
Don Palomino,
Yes.
Jeannie Facendo,
Yes.
Pat Byrd,
Yes.
Joe Morgan,
Yes.
Bill Brennan,
Yes.
Deepak Matata,
Yes.
Donna Smith.
Yes.
That's everyone.
Okay, thank you. And moving on to our final resolution, resolution number 2019-12-10, which is the disbursement of funds. Could I get a motion, please?
Commissioner Byrd, motion.
Thank you. Could I get a second?
Deepak Matara, second.
Okay. Any comments or questions by the commissioners?
Yeah, just a quick
Hearing
question.
none, roll
This is
call.
Deep-
Yep, sure.
Yeah, the resolution says, has a surplus of, I mean, there's a blank. I just wanted to know, it's not filled in.
I apologize for that, Commissioner. That resolution, if you're referring to the resolution 20-12-10, I'm actually looking at the resolution. It does have the surplus amount filled in there. The total surplus as of September 30th is $27.6 million. The
Thank
actual
you.
number, 27,621,418.
Thank you, Jay. I
Okay, any other
appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions or comments by the commissioners? Okay, hearing none, roll call.
Don Palomino,
Yes.
Jeannie Facendo,
Yes.
Pat Byrd,
Yes.
Joe Morgan,
Yes.
Bill Brennan,
Yes.
Deepak Matata,
Yes.
Donna Smith.
Yes.
That's everyone.
Okay, that's the last resolution for new business. Moving on, I don't believe we have any large claims, so no executive session is required. Moving on to our last resolution, which is large claims resolution 2020-12-11.